What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to just talk about rambly stuff. So I talked about voting, I talked about school, I talked about me, I talked about y'all, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I ended up using some high-end stuff. I used my Pat McGrath palette, I used my colored Raine Vivid Pigments palette, and just a couple other things to create this cool fun look. I had some things churning in the back of my head and I just wanted to play with them, and I'm really actually happy with what happened. I am still freezing, so I need to get another cup of tea, but in case you are interested in seeing how I created this look, and you want to hear my babbling as always, just stay tuned. If you're interested in just only seeing what I actually put on my face, check down below because I really don't talk about them too much. I really focus on the topic at the current minute. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Let's get into the tutorial. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, so today I'm a little out of sorts. So it is stupid early. It is 9:30 in the morning, and I say it's stupid early in the fact that for me, when I don't have to wake up for work, I usually am not up this early. And I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning to vote. So in my state, today was the first day that you could vote in person. So I woke up and I actually went to vote today with my dad. And we stood in line for pretty much 2 hours and we got there early. So the polling center did not officially open up until 7. We got there, I would say around 6:45, 6:30, and the line was long. The line was obscene. And I mean, I expected it to be pretty filled out because this is a pretty important election. Every election is important, but this election is important. And you know, whether you are for whoever you're for or against whoever you're against, it's still important to vote regardless. And so a lot of people, politicians, famous people, a lot of people are really just pushing for people to vote because they know how important this election is. And I knew it was gonna be packed, right? But I just did not foresee it being that packed. It has never been that busy when I have gone to vote, and it was cold. It was in the 40s. And I was standing out there in this really thin jacket because I mean, it was 6 a.m. So who had time to think about putting a decent amount of clothes on? I just threw something on and was out the door. I should have thought more critically because your girl's hands were freezing. It was a mess. My feet were freezing and I did not get much sleep at all. This tea is really coming in handy. It's peppermint, non-caffeinated, but it's gonna wake me up enough. Like, I'm up, but I'm not like up. So this is gonna definitely help me a lot, and it's gonna warm me up so much. So for today, I just want to kind of chat around. I have a couple things I want to talk about with like actually the process of voting and stuff, and then I just want to chat with you guys. This is probably going to be my first get ready with me in the month of November. I'm filming this in October, but I have enough videos for October, which I'm so happy about, and I just feel like filming, especially because I couldn't go to sleep when I got back, and I just have a lot of ideas churning in my head. So I want to go ahead and play with some of these items right now. I just fluffed up my sponge a little bit with my like water thing. It's a little hack that somebody on YouTube suggested that, and I got it years ago, and I really do enjoy having that on my desk. It really does help. All the items that I'll be putting on my face will be down below for you guys. But yeah, so like I said, we get to the polling location and we see that it's packed. Like, you can see there is no spaces in the parking lot. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's packed, but it's not going to be too bad. Oh my God. We get out of my car and the line is out the door. Well, it's not even inside. So it's around the building and back. And like the building that we went to vote in at, it's a community center, so there's like a playground and stuff in the back, and it's also happens to be like surrounded by a forest, right? So with it being surrounded by a forest and it being so early in the morning, it is like pitch dark. There's pretty much no light in this area, and it was just a mess. It was such a mess. And like the polling place, you would think, right, they would know first day minimum it's going to be packed. You should have some like cones to tell people where you want them to line up, how you want them to line up, all of that. No, they left it up to us humans, us citizens. And granted, I am surprised and happy at the fact that like there was no like multiple lines and everybody was very like very easygoing. There was no like yelling or anything like that, but it was extremely confusing. And the line snaked around the playground in like this very unorganized way. It was just a mess. It was such a mess. But once they opened up, I will say they got through the line pretty quickly. Like I said, it was quite a few people. I would say when we got there around 6:45, there had to have been easily 100 people in front of us, and I was not expecting it. I really wasn't. I would say for the amount of people that they had to get through, and you know, there is of course a limited amount of actual like stations, especially because of COVID. They're trying to keep there was a bit of distance. I wouldn't say it was necessarily 6 feet, although I wasn't really checking for it. Sitting down, I know that there was 6 feet like standing wise once you got inside the building. Outside the building, it was nowhere near 6 feet. Nowhere. People were on top of each other, and it was a bit of a mess in that regard. But when it came to like the actual inside of the building, it was very well organized. I appreciated that they offered up masks, because I know like legally, if you're requiring people to have masks on the property, especially a government property building, you have to provide that mask. So that was really good. And overall, the whole situation was easygoing. Yeah, we were standing in line for so long, but like it was an expected amount of length, because I knew I was gonna have to wait. I just did not expect there to be so many people in line before me. I want to put on some cream products today. Let me find one. And the guy, oh my gosh, so there was a guy that was in front of me and my dad. This clown didn't understand the concept of keeping his mask on. So I get it, right? We all, you know, it's 6 a.m. so people came stacked with drinks, coffee and stuff to like, you know, wake themselves up and stuff. I get that, I really do. But this guy not only took his mask off to drink his coffee, he took his mask off just to like breathe and talk and stuff. And like, what's the point of wearing your mask then, sir? Like, what is the actual point? So that was a mess. He kept trying to talk to us, and like he was not getting the point that like, no, at all. It was a mess. An actual hot toddy mess. But like I said, overall the experience was good. I think the volunteers at the voting booth did a really good job of just like making sure everybody knew what was going on. There were quite a few people who came out and talked, just like, you know, hi, good morning, how are you, da 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 da. So I think overall that was pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I voted. I'm happy I voted. And my vote will be heard. Whether the people that I vote for actually get elected, you know, that's another story. But my vote will be counted, which I am happy about. And yeah, I'm happy to have done it in person and not mailed it in. But I'm sure, you know, if you are of voting age, you know that you can mail it in or just put it in one of the ballot boxes in your state at the government buildings. I just chose not to do that. I preferred to do it in person and see my vote actually be counted, if you get my drift. That is a strong nose contour today. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it. But yeah, how did you guys enjoy? So it's kind of weird talking about it, but how did you guys enjoy traveling in Halloween Miss? It's kind of weird talking about it, seeing as I'm not officially done with it at the time of recording, but I would like to know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to change the name next year because I just really don't like the name. I think I'm going to switch it to Swagmas, or Swagmas, Swaggy Bean. I prefer it. And yeah, I would like to know. I actually don't think it was terrible doing all the videos. Like 31 videos, it was definitely challenging, but it wasn't like unreasonable, you know? And I got used to the momentum of doing a certain amount of videos each time I sat down, and that's pretty much the way that I can like really be effective when it comes to doing a lot of videos at one time. Do you guys want to see more videos from me? Let me know. I gotta find a cream blush. Do you guys want to see more videos from me weekly? I think right now I'm gonna go back to my my 3 videos a week, but let me know if you guys want to see more. I definitely can do more. I have so many ideas right now, so many things that I'm really excited to do. And I mean, you guys just let me know what you're thinking. I also will just kind of see how things go. And you know, if you guys are interested based on the views, then maybe I'll officially kick my posting up a notch to more than just the three a week. What else? I am considering doing Vlogmas, but I've done vlogging and I just don't think that is where I shine. Everybody has their moments to shine, and I just don't think that is mine. So I think I'm gonna just do the thing where you like just upload a bunch of videos in the month of December. But then I don't know. It depends on how things work out. As always with me, I got things going on in the background. So I don't know if I'm gonna have the time to do Vlogmas or like my version, but I'm going to try, and at least at the worst I will do kind of what Butte Bean did this year. So this year for what does Butte Bean call it? Beanmas? No, this is Halloween, so Beanoween? I don't remember what Butte Bean calls her like Halloween series, but just kind of similar to what she did. She posted a couple of very focused tutorials and just kind of glamish Halloween looks, but she didn't do like official Halloween looks, if that makes sense. And I think I might do something to that extent for Halloween. I mean, for Halloween. For for Christmas, just because I don't know. December is my birthday month, and I might be trying to pull together a trip last minute. I hate not traveling. I really enjoy traveling, and the fact that I haven't done it in so long, it's just throwing me off so far off kilter, and I rather, you know, fix it. So we will see what happens, but do let me know if you guys really did enjoy seeing all the videos. If you guys enjoyed seeing like my actual Halloween looks, I would really appreciate any insight that you guys can tell me. Also, officially now, by the time that this video goes up, my volume settings, I should have them down pat now for my editing and all of that jazz. And I do want to get some more input. I already had one person tell me that they enjoyed it, and I forced my best friend to watch a video to tell me how she enjoyed it, and she said it's a lot better too. So I'm trying to do better. I really am. Maybe I will get a mic, but you know, that's just not in my budget right now. I just don't have the money for that. I would love to get one, because then, you know, the amount of people that say it's hard to hear me in my videos would drastically decrease, you know. But I don't have it in the budget. I honestly don't have it in the budget to buy any makeup, and I will be talking about that very soon, because I just need to focus on saving right now. There are some big expenses. That I have coming up, hopefully in the next year or so, and I need to prepare for those as much as humanly possible. And so using extra money on makeup is just not going to be as feasible as it has been. Plus, I'm trying to really just use as much of my collection as I can, and just get the use out of it. I really just want to enjoy my collection as much as possible, but I also don't mind getting new things. I'm trying to really straddle that that situation a lot better than I have, I feel like, in the past. I feel like in the past I've been either hardcore buying a lot of makeup or hardcore not buying anything, and I want to be in the middle. I enjoy spending money. Like, let's say what it is. You know, I am a consumer at heart. I've always been a consumer. It may not have been makeup when I was younger, but I spent money when I was younger. And I want to spend money now. That's just how I am. But I want to be a smarter consumer in all the things that I do. So hopefully that will become something that I really continue to keep in mind as this month continues to go on, and I get further in out of 2020. And wait, we're in 2020, right? Yeah, we're in 2020 and closer into 2021. Who knows? I need to cut my brows. Oh, all of my brushes are drying currently, so this is going to be very interesting. Not all of them, but like a good chunk of my brushes, my like go-to brushes, are drying, which means I really don't have. I could use this. This is a eyeliner brush, I guess. Maybe I could do this. I could use this. Okay. So yeah, I'm also trying to remember to use my Project Pan items. I need to go back and rewatch that video, because I'm pretty sure I forgot about one palette, which I think I remembered the correct palette in my Declutter series. If you guys have seen that video, you'll know exactly what palette I'm talking about. I honestly can't remember if I put that in my project pan or not. But like I said, that's why I make my project pans 3 months, because I can forget about a product and remember the product in the amount of time of the project pan. And generally, depending on what product I forget about, I have enough time to actually hit my goal. Okay, so we're doing very, very good for this look. And I'm just gonna set my under eye. So if you're in school, how is school going? I would love to know. I know a lot of campuses have been campuses, or like if you're in high school or whatever, I know a lot of those schools have been completely online. I've never done like all of my classes online, but I have done enough online classes to know that there are positives and negatives to it, depending on the professor or the teacher. It can be a great thing, but it can also be a terrible thing, because if you have a professor that does not have their act together and does not know how to use the online portal that your school has you using, it can be a mess. It can be a mess. I've had some professors and teachers who have not known how to use, like I've done, what are the services I've used? I know I've used Blackboard. I can't remember any of the other services, but I'm pretty sure I've used at least 2 or 3 more other services just between the different schools, like high school and the colleges that I have attended. And there have been some professors that had no idea how to use those online services. And I feel for those students. I feel for the professors. I just feel for everybody, because that's a mess, okay? It's a mess, and your girl don't got time for it. So today I actually want to try and do a pretty simple look, very simple, but hopefully it still is what I actually want. So yeah, like I said, I feel for those professors, but I really feel for the students, especially for students who have difficulty in school and actually need to be in like a school setting. So they're like forced to pay attention. They're forced to, you know, try. I really feel for them and their parents. It has to be difficult. I know, like, when you have the option of doing online classes, it really does help, especially when you're in college, because if you're not only in college full-time, but you're working full-time and all that, it really does help to have an online class, because you can do that class sometimes whenever you want. You don't have a particular schedule that you have to attend, and that really helps, like, tremendously, because you can really fluctuate how much of the course you get done. I know, like, me and some of my friends, we used to get our online courses done months in advance, and then we wouldn't have to stress over that class, and that's one less class that you would have to think about. And so yeah, I honestly feel for everybody right now and what they're going through. I know I am extremely thankful that I managed to finish my latest degree this past spring, because otherwise, whoo child, it would this would have been a nightmare. I don't think I would have been able to do it just with, like, my situation. It just would have been atrocious. But yeah, I'm actually using my Pat McGrath Subversive palette, in case you guys are wondering. Like I said, all of the stuff will be listed down below. But I just wanted to get some more use out of this palette. I don't really reach for it, and that is a problem. So I wanted to fix it. And so far, this is real smoky, but really nice. Really nice. So yeah, I would love to know how you guys are doing. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy to not be doing school right now. And I have coworkers who are in graduate programs and they're trying to juggle, and it's not easy. It really isn't easy. And right now, I know like the height of COVID in some areas is gone, but I just want to remind you guys, take care of yourself. Self-care is extremely important. A lot of people forget that, and that's a problem. You really need to take care of yourself. So if you need to step back, please guys, step back, because we all just need some time sometimes to just rewind, collect ourselves, and regroup. And sometimes we just forget. We keep just going, and I am guilty of that right now. I am trying to jump into my next phase, and it's like, well sis, I mean, as much as I want to, and I think, you know, people want to help me in that endeavor, at the end of the day, you know, I need to take a break too. I need to kind of see what it is that I want to do. Slowly make my decisions. Don't rush into decisions, because rushing into decisions, ooh child, it never works out. Okay? Ever. You always get something, you always get stuck in something that you don't want to be stuck in, or you make a decision that you later regret. And regrets are not fun, y'all. They are not fun. And so hopefully this is not a time where any of you guys are making any decisions that you will eventually regret. Hopefully you guys are really taking this time to, you know, be with family, regroup, make sure everybody's safe and you be safe, you know, self-care. Wow. This is very, very neutral, but I've been wanting to really play with some neutrals, as crazy as that is. So I'm gonna throw this brown on my lower lash line, if I can. There we go. And inner corner. I think I want to go with the, I'm going to go with the green and gold situation. And it also reflects to a pinky shade. Really, really nice. Really nice. I did not know I was on autofocus. My bad. What I'm gonna do is hop off camera. I need to figure out what I'm putting on my waterline. I'm probably gonna put ColourPop's Teaspoon. I really enjoy this liner, and I think it'll make my eyes pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna do this eye off camera, and then I will come back to do my base and my lips. Finish off my base, because I've done the under the powder stuff. Now I need to do my powder products, and then just have a little bit more fun. But I really like this. It's boring, but you know, sometimes it's good to do a little bit of a boring look that's cute and cozy. So I will be back in just a second. All right, so I don't know why I didn't bring you guys in earlier, but anyways, so I have now completed both eyes. I did add my mascara, and I'm happy about that. Now let's go ahead and do bronzer and blush. I'm wondering, I want to try and use as much of this palette as I can on my face. I want to kind of try that shade as bronzer. let's see if we can get it. I'm gonna use a smaller bronzer brush so I can actually get it in the pan. I'm gonna try and coat all around the edges as best as possible. Let's see. So I have cream bronzer on. Just gonna add another layer. I think it's subtle. It's definitely subtle. It's not a warm enough undertone for me to really love it. But if you are not somebody who needs a strong strong warm undertone, I would say go for it. And try this palette. I am just gonna go ahead and top this off with the bronzer that I'm currently panning, which is my Bits and Pieces. And I'm so happy with the progress on this baby. I've been avoiding finishing her up, but I have a whole nother full size. So I want to go ahead and just finish this pan and then work on my next pan when I want to. I might hoard that one in particular just because I know how good it is and how much I love this shade. ColourPop wasn't so iffy and they didn't stop discontinuing things that are actually good. I would use up that pan too, but I don't trust them. So we're just going to do this very quickly. So yeah, I definitely 100% prefer that shade more. Now I want to try, I feel like there's no true blush in this, but I do want to try one of these shades as a highlighter. So let me swatch the 3 shades that I think could be a decent highlighter. 2 of them are her like crazy formula, and then the 3rd one is just kind of a normal shade. I'm gonna try a crazy color. Yes, I am. Okay. All right, first I need to get a brush. Let's do this Linda Hallberg brush, and I'm gonna go into this duochrome shade. This is the pinky purpley one. I think it actually is orangey pink, but it's okay. I'm gonna tap off the excess as much as possible, and holy crap. Do you guys see that? That is stunning. It has no business being on my face right now, but wow. And that blended in, and it doesn't even look like it's this formula. It's just nice and seamless. Wow. I don't see any, I wouldn't say there's glitter in this shade at all when it's on my face, but wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy Kinky Sweat reminded me that like this is a thing. This is beautiful. Wow. And you can't even see it when I'm looking straight on, but you, oh my gosh. Yep, we're gonna be that person. I'm gonna put it all types on my nose and above my lip. I'm gonna make sure to blend it in though. Wow, you can't even see it. I have to move. Your girl's happy. I am happy. So this is Lord. I'm trying not to buy too much Pat McGrath, but that, you can't, ooh, okay. Now I need a blush brush, and I'm just gonna use this old Wet n Wild blush brush, and I think I'm gonna go into one of these shades from my Colored Raine palette for blush today. And because my eyes are so neutral, I think I'm gonna go into the shade Crushin' first and see if this will, one, work as a blush, and two, show up. So just looking at my mirror, it's definitely showing up, which I like, of course. We are gonna do some blush draping today. And in the camera, it's not, it's showing up, but it's looking a little light. So we're gonna make a little bit of a concoction. Throw some of this over that, and then what I think I'm gonna do is just add a little bit of splash. I'm gonna still do a majority of crush, but I am gonna add a little bit of splash. Ooh. Clearly added a little bit of too much. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'm gonna work on, oh good Lord, it's okay, it's okay. Don't freak out too much. I gotta do it on this side too. That shade is just a lot more pigmented than Crush. Okay, so, wow. Okay. Ooh, oh, Blake. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I almost rarely do this, but I got the new product and I've been trying to get some use out of it to test it out. And this is the NYX High Gloss Finishing Powder. So I am gonna go ahead and use this. And I am gonna try and just veil my whole skin, if that makes sense. I think I'm gonna use this Smashbox brush. The brush that I did before, I didn't like the application. I felt like it was just too much. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. I am gonna use this Smashbox, what is this, Buildable Face or something? Sheer powder. And I feel like this will be the right type of brush to just like give me a sheer powder effect, but also to help me blend out things. Probably should have been using this a lot more, but wow. Okay, well that splash shade is really doing it, your girl. I look like a unicorn. I look like a unicorn. Okay, okay. So all I have to do now is lips. I do want to go ahead and set my face. So I'm just going to use a setting spray that I'm trying to get through. Trying to make sure my eyelashes don't glue together. That happens, not glue together, but you know what I mean. Okay, lips. What do I want to put on my puckers? I haven't done it this season and I want to. So this is a Juvia's Place liquid lipstick in Doo Doo. And this is, for all intents and purposes, a black liquid liner. I think they call this a really deep brown, but this is basically a black. I think I am gonna go ahead and line my lips with this chestnut lip liner from MAC. Okay, Now let's try and throw this on carefully. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm really digging it. I think it's really interesting. I'm liking all of the finishes and everything that came of all the products that I used. Good things. So this is kind of very rambly. I jumped from voting to school, but I would love to hear you guys' experiences. I also forgot to say that there were a lot of people who thought it was my first time voting. Funny. No, I voted quite a few years now. But it was just really cool to have that experience again. I love voting. I love putting my voice out there. And I mean, I love school too, as much as I hate it sometimes. It's really nice to be in school learning, gaining more material, more knowledge for whatever it is you desire to do in your life. So I would love to hear how you guys are doing, whether you guys are able to vote, how your voting experiences were, and also how school's going for you. If you are going to school, or if you want to go to school, I would love to know what you would want to go to school for. And yeah, like I said, everything that is on my face will be listed down below. I think everything worked out beautifully, and I'm really impressed with that colored Raine, the cheek products that I used today. I'm actually very impressed with, and I think I'm enjoying the finishing powder a lot more today than I did yesterday. So food for thought. I will be rounding up all of this stuff later. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, y'all, Black lives do matter. Please remember to wear a mask and stay safe. Please remember to register to vote and to vote. And always check down below in my description box. I always have things that I think are important linked, listed, all of that jazz. And I also have some information on ending SARS, and I would love for you guys to learn more about it. So yeah.